Hi, welcome to Trading with TK, teaching you to turn ideas into money. We're at www.tradingwithtk.com. And today's Wednesday, May 14th. Well, the bull came running down the street today, and I recognize him. He's the same bull as I saw in March, and he's convinced me he's back, and he's going to push the market further up. I have evidence. I'm not just saying this off the cuff. I'll show you the charts in our final segment. We'll go over all the indexes, and I'll show you what I see and why I'm convinced that that pullback was just a minor little pullback, and we are now back on track. But it's like driving down the road and you see a sign that says curve ahead. You got to slow down, and technical analysis is the same way. You see something on a chart that says slow down, curve ahead. You got to stop and be cautious. But now the street light's green, and the road sign says it's straight away, and maybe even the speed limit has been raised a little bit. But we'll look at that when we take a look at our final in our final segment, when we look at our indexes. But in the meantime, I got a bunch of other stocks I want to show you. I have a new idea for you tomorrow. As a matter of fact, let me say this. I had so many good ideas to bring you. I had a hard time deciding which one I was going to bring today. But I got a good one. Then I want to show you the stock we bought today, LSCC. I want to go over our winners and losers. I covered it short. I lost 8 cents in AW. One of my readers wants to know why I changed my mind so quickly. So this is all about learning. So I want to show what happened in that chart and why I changed my mind. And then we took a profit out of CPSL. We had bought it 4 days ago, and it ran up like 17-18%, so I sold it. I definitely not bearish on the stock. It has a lot further to go on the upside. I just think it just got ahead of itself a little quicker than it should have, so I think maybe it'll pull back and we'll be ready to buy it again when it does. So those are all the charts I want to show you. So without further ado, the idea for tomorrow is THC, Tenet Healthcare. Now in just a moment we're going to take a look at the chart, and I'll show you we're going to take this idea and turn it into some money. Don't go away, I'll be right back. Okay, we're looking at a daily bar chart of THC, Tenet Healthcare. I'm zoomed out a little bit. It's not quite clear, but I'll zoom in to show you the details in a minute. First is a call on the long side. We'll be looking to buy it tomorrow at 570, 580, 565, up and down 10 cents. I'm not exactly sure what the market will let us have. But the 10 cents, if I turn out to be right, the 10 cents here or there isn't going to matter that much, because I'm looking for about a $2 profit. I have a target up here of $7.50. What do I see? I see a couple of things. I see breakout, pullback, go scenario. I see a continuation pattern, and I see a large ascending triangle. I'm going to zoom in so we can take a closer look. Okay, the character of this stock is breakout, pullback, breakout, pullback. You can see how it held right into this support area here. Breakout, minor pullback, breakout, pullback, breakout, pullback, and I suspect the next thing is going to be the breakout, and we're going to be ready for it. I also see a major trend as being in a pretty steady uptrend right there. And this stock now has pulled back. The last time it was down in this area when it was putting this formation in, I was going to highlight it, I was going to bring it, and then I waited, and then the next thing I know, it was up here. But, now it's back down again, and this time I don't want it to get away from us. That's why I chose this one, is because I missed it for years over here, and I don't want to miss it this time. So this is where we're looking to buy it. It may back and fill for a few days before it goes. It may look like this pattern before it pops, or it may look like this pattern before it pops. I think it'll give us another day or two to load up on it. Anyway, that's my call on the long side. Let me recap this. It's THC. Call on the long side. I think we can make $2 in that trade. Let's take a look at the stock we bought this morning, LSCC. It's in here somewhere. There it is. Okay, still a great looking chart. The stock is not too late to be bought. Anybody who didn't buy it today, still got a great looking pattern here. This is a reverse teardrop pattern. Also, you have to keep in mind you need to pick a spot, a sell stop when you think that the trade isn't working. Your bailout spot. I'm not going to pick that for you. I'm going to leave that up to you. Hopefully, my bailout spot's going to be up here around 550. Anyway, it's a great looking pattern, and we're going to put this in our portfolio, and hopefully in a week or two we'll be selling it out at 5,550. All right, let's take a look at our winners and our losers. First, we'll take a look at our loser, AW. I lost 8 cents on this trade, and my viewer wanted to know why I changed my mind so quickly, and I'm going to explain it to him. I thought this was a head and shoulders originally. Now, if I wanted to stay in context of a head and shoulders, this right shoulder that was forming should have had like declining tops. But I've got the opposite. I've got rising bottoms. So that's my first warning that it's not. It probably isn't going to turn out to be a head and shoulders. What it may turn out to be is a breakout pullback ghost scenario. And I don't want to get caught in one of those. Even though this is a major resistance area, and it may stop it, even if it wants to go lower, it may take weeks before it rolls over again. And for the 8-cent loss, I just thought it was a prudent thing to do. And that's the reason why I changed my mind so quickly. All right, let's take a look at the CPSL, because I took this for a quick little profit of about 18%. We bought this over in here a couple of days ago, and I just think it got ahead of itself a little bit. And I'm a trader, so it's hard to turn down an 18% profit in a few days. But this stock is far from being done on the upside. I'll be looking for a pullback into this area. I'll be looking for a repeat of what happened here. Up, back down, regroup for a few days, and then a pop. I'd like to see it come back down, regroup for a few days, and we'll be back in it again. Because I still have this target up here of 550, somewhere up in this pattern here. Okay, so that's my winner and that's my loser. Now let's take a look at the major indexes, because I want to show you what I consider the evidence and what turned me around. First, let's talk about what turned me cautious to begin with. Let's start there. I knew that was our first support area. So when the market came down and didn't hold it and broke it, that's where the caution sign came up. It said curve ahead, slow down. And then we had these declining tops, which I never like to see, because it's usually sometimes it's the beginning of something. So this is why I got cautious. But in actuality, what happened was the market had to come down to its second layer of support, which is this top. And you can see how it held it just perfectly. And now we're putting in rising bottoms, starting to look like a ascending triangle almost. This is why even though we didn't make a new high, I don't need to see a new high to know that this market has turned. And I could feel it this morning with the way everything took off and the volume and the urgency. There was such an urgency to own stocks. Like, get out of my way, you can't have any, I have to have everything. That's the sign of a really good rally. And that's exactly what we had this morning. Okay, so that's my Dow. That's the evidence I see, and I believe I'm back to where I was 4 days ago in the bull camp, and I do believe that this market is going to test its old highs. Let's take a look at the transports. They tweaked out a new high, and we know this is the leader. If this was going to roll over, if we were going to get a big sell-off, this rally would not have happened. So this tells me that the market is back on track. Now let's take a look at the SPYs, and a similar picture as the Dow. Held the support area right in here, and now you can see we are having 4 days in a row where the highs are higher than the day before and the lows are higher. So that's enough for me. I'll bet you sometime this week that this Dow scores a new high, new recovery high. Okay, let's take a look at the QQQs, because they're the strongest of all. They've actually held their very first line of support. This is a very technically strong pattern, and it started right here, and this whole pattern continues. I don't see any reason to change my mind. Yes, this bumped its head. It caused a little bit of trouble, and I started to realize that maybe I'm wrong, because when I got a little cautious, everybody was agreeing with me. So that's always a warning sign. When everybody agrees with you, you're probably wrong. When nobody agrees with you is when you're right. And right now, I bet you no one's agreeing with me. So that's why I'm confident that I'm back on track in the bull camp. All right, anyway, that's my view of the market. Until tomorrow, this is TK signing off.